Hello folks, so today's video, or this video, depending on how many days it takes to film, but today's video, I talk about terrain. I've done a couple of terrain videos, I'm doing a couple of terrain videos, I'm filming them all at once as well, so it's a bit, so the contents and the look may change on the table as I go, because I'm doing different things as we go. Anyway, totems or totem poles, or like shrines, etc. A long while ago, I made, I chopped up a Chevy truck, I think it was, or a Ford F100 truck. I think it was a Ford F100. Anyway, I chopped it up because I wanted the back for something, and I had the cab still. So I thought, oh, I'll do a cab. I'll mount it on a base. So I mounted the cab on a base, sticking straight up out the ground, covered it in skulls, put a little Dice Mechanic Games teddy bear on the top, made it into a shrine. That since has moved on from my possession to someone else's possession. But been thinking about it for a while. I thought I'd do some like totem / shrines terrain, which I can also show some different techniques on it as well. And what gave me inspiration, and I'll insert somewhere on the screen, maybe like here or here, some pictures, is in the deserts. They're everywhere. I thought I was in Arizona, but I've seen some in Nevada as well, looking at pictures. There's cars, the front end buried in the ground, that are turned into like art installations with graffiti and stuff like that on it. So that's what I'm going to do with these two Dodges. Yeah, they're both like £1 cars. Got them from a lot on Facebook or eBay or something like that. So I've broken them apart already. What I'm going to do is take the glass out. And I'm going to go out into, well, actually I'll do it here. Take the glass out, and then, in fact we'll do that as we're talking. Whoops, don't need that. We're going to cut straight through about here. A slight angle, because I want them to be leaning back slightly. I'll talk about why in a second. Well, the main reason is because of the detail on the bottom, as in there is none. When we come to painting and stuff, we'll sort that out. I'm going to do that on the same on both, there or thereabouts. I'm going to keep the front ends, and this is the reason why, even though I popped them apart, I want to keep them together, because I can use the front ends for decorations on a war rig or something like that. I'm just going to do two. The aim of this is to have a few, and they can be used as, if you're going to do a rough and ready plate, you can use it as a set of gates, or like decoration, or anything like. I mean, I don't. My table is really small, so too much terrain's doesn't take up. But I like having terrain in the background of my pictures. I take my pictures. My table really is for that. I'm going to get a games mat, I think, a big 3x3 or 4x4 double-sided one, so I can play more stuff on a bigger table. But obviously, my little table, it's just me and my partner. We play. When we play, which we don't play that often because we've got a small child and time's taken up, and my time's taken up with all this sort of stuff. Anyway, I digress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the fronts off, both of them, slightly different angles. So one's going to be slightly more upright than the other, and then I'm just going to wall up them a few times with a brick or a hammer, probably a brick because I've got bricks out in the garden, just to flatten the roof down a little bit. And that's just because that's how I want it. I may take a drill to it and drill a few bullet holes in it here and there, because I think bullet holes are cool. And you know, if you were rocking through the Wasteland and there was a graffiti car sticking out the ground like that, you'd want to take a shot at it just to see how good your shot was. So we'll do that as well. And then, so I'm going to cut the fronts off now in time lapse, and then we'll just come back once they're cut. And I've got them stuck on these two Wargames pill bases. Cool. Alright folks, yeah, I went a bit over the top and did a couple more. So I got 4 here. I was just going to do the 2 Dodges, but I prefer a Mustang and a Chevy Love in there as well. Chevy Love, I'm going to probably do like another skull totem, put loads of skulls in there, which would be pretty cool. Terrain pieces like this, excuse me, just having a drink. Like I said before, are a great use, I didn't say it before, but they're a great use of failed customs. So this is a failed Hot Wheels custom. Failed Gaslands cars you don't like the paint job on, etc. Or cars that you've taken bits off, like these ones, which can just become a standard car stack. That Porsche was in absolute horrid state, so I happily hit it with a brick. Yeah, so they're a good use of cars that you wouldn't otherwise use. So what I've done on all of these is I've cut them with my hobby saw, and I've super glued them to the base. Cut them at slightly different angles. The 2 Dodges are at slightly different angles, so they don't look too samey. camera angle's really dodge, I'm afraid. I've managed to angle it as much as I can on this arm, otherwise you've got me holding it by hand, shaking like a shitting dog, so we're not gonna have that. So we've got what we've got. So yeah, that's what I've done. They're all ready to do what you want with. So what I'm gonna do with these, I'm gonna get my drill out. I drill one on time lapse, and I'll wreck one up with files and stuff, all on time lapse in one thing, and I'll do the rest off camera just because it's tedious. You don't need to see me drilling loads of holes in 4 cars and then wrecking them with files and cutters and stuff like that. It's really not, it is what it is. But I'm not going to wreck them as much as this. I've showed this on this video. Like I said before, I'm making like 4 videos at once. This is a car I've made for my Mini to pull along. But yeah, so it's not going to be as wrecked up as this. But it's going to have some bullet holes in them, a few. What I don't want to detract from, obviously, a couple of them I won't put any like loads of bullet holes. I put a couple in each. But I don't want to detract from the fact that I want to paint them in a bright colour, like they've been graffitied. Like, I'll put some pictures along here, possibly, if I remember. If not, Google it. Cars in desert. I think it's Cadillacs are a famous one. There's a row of like 5 or 6 cars. Actually, maybe more than that in a row. And there's a pair that make a, that's another thing you can do. There's a pair that make an arch. I've seen like that. That's a cool terrain piece. I may, I'd have to have it on one single base because otherwise it would have a, or if I drill it, I could pin it. So I could do is drill and pin it. Things that it's a bit too small for a gate, but like as a terrain feature, that's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, we'll be doing that. We'll have two standalone. We'll do it like that with those 2 maybe, or these 2. Let's have a look quick. Bear with me, we shall create something. Do you know what, in fact, I'm going to wreck this one for a different video anyway, to show how I did the Mustang. So what I can do, for my purposes and game purposes, is rest it on the top. That's an even better idea, James. So clever. Sorry, I talked to myself then. Yeah, so I'm going to drill a couple of bullet holes in these, wreck them a bit with a file, but like I said, I don't want to detract from it. I'll glue a load of skulls onto the Chevy. I'll probably do that time lapse of that because I'm going to use some Citadel skulls, and I've got some other scully bits and pieces. Yeah, and then we'll crack back once I've done that. I'll probably put some sand on the bases as well. I'll do that off camera. It's really, really simple. Get some sand, get some PVA glue. I don't think you need to see that, if I'm honest. That would be intelligent insulting. If you do get stuck on that, just look up how to do a base. I've got some little stick-on tufts, and we'll talk about those as well because I'm going to use those on these as well. Anyway, cool. On to the time lapse. Alright, change of plans, and you watch most of that because I'm a clown and I left it on time lapse. I thought I had started it and then stopped it, but I may have not started it. So you either saw some of it, all of it, and as I'm filming this straight away off the cuff, then yeah, what you saw is what you saw. I've had a bit of an idea as well while between the time lapse and this. So these guys are going to stay as they are. I'm going to make 2 of these into a thing when it's on my table. I've got a load of Citadel skulls, so the Games Workshop skulls. Like, if you're not into other war games and stuff, and this is the only thing you do, go online, look up Games Workshop, or look up Games Workshop stuff, type in skulls. I think it's like 10 quid and it's over 100, I think it's like 200 skulls. Don't quote me on that because I've had this box of these skulls for yonks skulls. They're a little bit big, but yeah. I've also dug through my bits, but they come with animal skulls as well. So I've also found this beast. Cool. I've got a little bird. Cool. And a little rat. Cool. Now this banner, which I'm going to add, I think, to the top of this. So I'm going to make it a totem. I'm going to make it look gnarly and stuff. Let's add some stuff from some other war games in there. That's what we do. This is the whole point of making stuff. There's a little notice board thing. Probably not going to use that. I've been that over there. So what I'm going to do is glue this on the top. Now have our totem made out of skulls. This big skull's probably too big if I'm honest. Yeah, it detracts from the banner on the back and I really like the banner. Might hang a big skull on this side though. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just going to bang all the skulls on here. I won't time lapse it because it's fiddly and I have to get as close as I can because I've got to cut all these little bits I've come off the sprue, off the skulls. So I'll pop back once I've got all the skulls on. What I might have to do as well is also put like a flat platform on here out of plastic card, because obviously it goes straight through into the back of the cab and all the skulls start dropping through and that'll just knock me right off. Lovely jubblies. Alright, I'm back. Change of plan a little bit on these. So I haven't put any basing gear on, only because I'm going to do that towards the end. I've also worked out a slightly different way to the basing, but the reason I'm going to do it towards the end is because I'm going to paint a couple of these a very, very bright pink. So this arrived, hey, oopsie, oopsie poopsie. This arrived today from Wargames with a load of other stuff, including some more super glue activator. Thank whichever deity you support. I don't support any, but thank the wargaming gods. Yeah, it's Army Painter Pixie Pink. I ordered this not ages ago, about a week ago, for a different car, my Neon Mad Manga, which is this, which I haven't finished because, sneak preview, it went purple and then I lost the windscreen, which is an incredible, incredible pain in the backside. But a pal of mine on Facebook and Instagram, Marks, managed to source me another one. I couldn't find one when I went to do my weekly shop, and I wasn't going to risk going to every single shop that may do Hot Wheels in the Vaco to find one. So he's found one, and we're doing a trade anyway, so he's going to bang it in a box and send it to me so I can finish this. But this went purpley pink in the end. I've still got to finish it and paint the crew. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, Pixie Pink. So the pictures I put up before of the cars in the desert, a couple of them are painted like a real bright pink, and then they had like graffiti and stuff over the top. So winner. Because of that, I didn't want to do the base first because I'd have to repaint. I have to primer it in black, and I want to start from a black on the base and then dry brushes and stuff. So I'd have to repaint it black anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to do it this way around instead. So I'm going to have Pixie Pink on probably 2 of them. The third one, I'm going to go for a red. Do I want a red? Do I want like another bright colour? I've got a neon green, you see. I mean, I've got 2. I've got livery green. I've also got Poisonous Cloud by Army Painter. Let's use the livery green on that one. And then the totem, as you can tell with the half paint, I primed them all grey first, and the last bit of matte black paint, that came out pretty cool. The last bit of matte black paint I had, I've still got a little bit of matte black primer left. I used some like matte black multi-purpose Rust-Oleum paint, which is what I've used on a lot of stuff, which is like satin, just to give it some dust. I ran out of, so I whizzed a bit on here and then I just kept it grey, which will help with the skulls because that's the first thing I'm going to paint on this. They're all going to go white, and then I'm going to wash the hell out of them to make them that sort of skull colour that I do, like the bleached bone. Yeah, so this, the last totem I did black, and I know I do everything bloody black, but I'm thinking about doing this totem black as well. And then obviously up here I'm going to do the banner. I've got some decals with skulls and stuff on, so I'm going to see if I can get one into all the creases. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, so that's those bits. Also, while I was sorting out my stuff, I dug out some other terrain that I made ages ago. So I've got, this is on my table. This is going to work as a set of starting lights. It's a bit posh, but obviously I can wasteland it up. Add some decals, and then these bits. If you ever go in like well, once you're allowed to go back into the entertainer, or like a cheap shop, like where they do cheap stuff like TK Maxx, or like my brain's gone. Anyway, the Cars set. So they did some Cars set, like the Cars, the film, the animated film. I did some sets where they came with like accessories. So I picked up a couple, and you get like billboards that are broken apart, or barrels, or tyre stacks. And the 2 cars I wanted the bits and the wheels off anyway for something else. But they were like a £1.50 in the entertainer on the sale. So I snapped them up, and they came with these tyre stacks. So I've just little based them, just like little greeblies and stuff to put on your table. My table, I've got some decent terrain on there, like I've just got this. And I've got my shipping containers, and I've got my shooting gallery I made ages ago. I haven't shown in this video yet, but they're obviously massively out of scale. But I hate clowns, so if you hate clowns like me, then you know. But I did this as well. So yeah, whole aim is to have a bit more of a table of terrain. So some smaller bits, some different bits, some little stacks, etc. Always just add to it. I think I'm about doing a rock pile with like a load of fronts of cars sticking out of it, like another sort of totem. When I finish painting this totem, I'll show you once it's done, obviously. But yeah, I've got a plan for that anyway, so I might have to make another one anyway. Yeah, so that's that on that front. Obviously the car that's going to go across the top is for a different video, so I won't show it in this video anymore. That's primed now as well. So we'll do some time lapse of me painting some colours on this stuff. I'll move the good terrain, move the finished terrain out of the way. All is covered in cars because I've had some deliveries today. Stuff from eBay and Facebook, and a friend sent me some stuff which was cool. Yeah, so cute time lapse. Hello. Right, where were we? Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, paintbrush on the floor. Okay, so done a second coat on these after the time lapse. After did the so I'll start again. So I did a sponge application of paint to these three. Then I put on a sepia Reikland flesh shade brown wash, and a second sponge coat, which you saw obviously. I think you saw. Can't remember if I filmed it or not. It's been a long day already, and it's only 10 o'clock. Anyway, then obviously this guy over here, painted the skulls, did a wash, and then painted the black. So that's coming along nicely. Next for these, there's a couple of things. So first things first, I'm going to get out some paint, some white paint and some black paint, and draw some like graffiti on these guys. Like hand draw it. It's not going to be like superb, but the whole point is to fill it up with like drawings and images and bits. Then I'm gonna, after that's done, gonna weather them slightly, and then I'm gonna matte clear them. Then after that I can apply decals, stickers and stuff to make them really fit the bill. This guy here, I'm just gonna carry on painting it as I normally would. So go back over the skulls with another like a bone colour, probably another wash. Paint the banner and the poles. Be a nice simple on this one. And that's really it on the front so far. What's going to happen today with these guys? Like I say, do some stuff. Might get a Sharpie out, draw on them, just like general mess on them because these need to look messy. And then I can apply the decals over the top. If I do the graffiti with just decals and stickers, it'll be a lot. It'll be a lot of layers as well, and it'll start looking exactly. If I do it that way, it'll start looking exactly how I'm going to be doing it by jamming stuff on top of each other again and again and again. So I'm not too keen on that. The way I'm going to get around these bases of the Hot Wheels logos, I'm going to probably put like I've got some sticky back A4 paper that I printed posters and stuff on yonks ago. I've got a whole folder full. So I'll dig out some posters and I'll stick some posters on the back. I've got like wanted posters and some Gasland theme posters and Autokill theme posters. So I'll do that. And then obviously the aim of that is if I stick all the paper items on after I've done the graffiti and then matte clear it, it'll hold everything together so I can apply the decals on top. If that changes, but we'll watch together. When I apply the posters, I'll show you them back on video, and then I'll apply some. I'll probably just do one for time-lapse in the video, just because it'll take a lot of time otherwise, and then we'll come back again once they're all as they should be. And that's that. So I'll get that sorted now, and then I'll pop back on once I'm doing the stickers. Okay, as you can see, just added some acrylic graffiti. Nearly got clunge on there. Yeah, I'm going to do a few more bits, a couple of different colours. Muck about a bit, stick an anarchy symbol here or there. And then I'll crack out the stickers and then we'll talk about then. So I'm going to do the rest off camera. Just because it's a good laugh and it's fun to just do stuff. Cut the V8 symbols wrong, little smile, little stick man, etc. Things that don't make sense, shapes, colours. And that's really it. That's all you really do to graffiti them up a bit. So yeah, we'll do that and I'll come back once they're done. Okay then, this is what we've got. So on some bits and bobs just to bulk it out a little bit, and then I've got some bits here. So these are all printed on sticky back A4 paper, like labelled paper. So they're fairly good sticky wise. After a while though, they start peeling off. So I'm going to make a couple of inroads to keep them on there. So I've got a couple of warning and wanted posters, obviously Batman, zombie one. I've got a couple of advertising posters. I like to keep it a bit thematic and a bit funny, so I've obviously got a jet one from Fallout, I've got a shiny and chrome one, I've got a Rapture one from Bioshock, Zombie Zone, Gaslands, Harley Quinn, and if you don't know what film that's from, then we can't be friends. Because it's one of the best films ever, in my personal opinion. Smash that dislike button. So plan with these posters is to stick one on the back of each, and that's a bit samey. Bear with me on this. Stick one on the back of each just to hide where the Hot Wheels brand and stuff is on the back. So I'll stick a wanted one on one of them. I'll stick the Gaslands one on the back of one of them. And then I'll probably stick an advertising one off the back of another one, just to keep it a bit different, yeah. And then the other posters I'm going to stick on the front. I might do, I might not. I haven't decided yet, and I'll come into that in a second. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'll come into that at the end. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to time lapse. Just like quickly talk about this a little bit for a second. Go into time lapse, and then we'll. Wow, the focus is off. There we go. And then we'll come back afterwards once I've done that, and I'll talk about how I keep these on. You'll probably see me do it in time lapse, but I'll talk about it properly afterwards. Cool. Alright then folks, there you go. That's these all finished now, and they came out really good. Used a combination of stickers, decals and paint, obviously, like I said I would, to decorate them up. Then I based them with some sand and super glue, because my PVA glue I can't find. I used super glue activator to make it a bit more like it would be with the PVA, a bit more swirly. And then I used some of these Army Painter Wasteland tufts. They're really, really good. Used them on a few other things as well, a few other bits of terrain, like my Nuka-Cola themed billboard. But yeah, it came out really good. So that's one of them. That's one of the pink ones. Obviously, I did a couple of drive-by shots just a minute ago. It's the other charger. And my turntable's running out of power. Because I keep it in a drawer and it's solar powered. That's my charger. So I went by the place called Cadillac Ranch. A friend of mine just told me that. I didn't think about that. I think it's called Cadillac Ranch. So yeah, so they're in that sort of style. With a couple of posters on the back and the front just to fill out the space a bit more. Added some decals to try to make it so you couldn't tell what was decal and what was graffiti. Obviously, all the graffiti done in paint is done by me, so my handwriting, so to speak, is the same on every single one. But I thought it came out pretty good. So that's the other charger. Then we got that Mustang. There's a Prodigy symbol in there as well. Gaslands poster on the back. Yeah, just some little in jokes and some satire on there. Mars is a lie, etc. And cheese is written on the top of that one because I thought that was funny at the time, obviously. And this is the third one. This is the totem, the skull totem, with a banner on it. Sorry, I'm on a really, really small tripod. Got a banner with the Immortan Joe symbol on it, or the Warboy symbol. So it's got the Dice Mechanic Games logo. I'm going to send this one over to them. They don't know it yet, but I will be telling them. Just because when I made my last totem, they were really interested in it. And I thought this time I'd send this one to them. Also sold the other one. But yeah, a little rat on there and stuff. Just a few little jokes, anarchy symbols on everything. The mechanists from Fallout 4. Yeah, just had a good laugh from these. That's a good thing about these sort of things. You can have a good laugh. It's a license to have a laugh with terrain. You shouldn't take it too seriously. The burnt out car, or the rusty half burnt out car, that was in the drive-by to show how you make a little gate. That's the subject of a different video that will be out soon. But yeah, so that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to everyone next time.